yada ida 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 ya ida ida ay 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 yada dum ya bye bye yada ida 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 ya ida ida yada yada ida ida dum ay 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 dum ay 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 yada 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 dum yada 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 dum. Boker Tov, good morning. Friday once more. Friday, another Shabbat, another opportunity to realize that life is passing us by and we need to slow it down as we start to prepare for Pesach. I just keep hearing and seeing and thinking about Pesach and what it is this year. So much about Passover, about Pesach, surrounds this idea, this concept of freedom, and freedom feels so foreign. When I think of Pesach, I automatically also think about 4 questions. I also think about plagues and things that are happening in our world, and okay, there's not frogs jumping everywhere, or maybe there's not cattle disease, although the environmental changes are never good for livestock. But I think about the questions that we have. How do we celebrate freedom when we're not free? How do we acknowledge that this night or these nights are different than other nights when we feel like we are caught in the monotony of life? Think about it a lot because, we're a Shabbat and a half, technically 2, but once next weekend comes, we're in Pesach mode for sure. We're questioning ourselves. We're wondering, how is this going to be? What is it going to be like? Why is it different? It's different because we're celebrating freedom when we're not free. That's different. Why is it different? Yes, because we're eating symbolic foods, but like, what is the symbolism before it? Do they have true meaning and value now? They do, as it pertains to our history or our peopleship as a whole. But in the moments of now, it feels kind of ugh. And so the questions we may be asking ourselves are a little different. 4 questions. They had this Seder. I think it was called Say, Sayder. And it was, instead of the traditional 4 questions, it was 4 questions that you can use. Your whole Seder could evolve from these 4 questions. But we already know it's not 4 questions. It's 1 question and 4 answers, or 4 ideas, concepts. So I thought about, what if we challenged ourselves to, of course, do in tradition, Monish Tana, but what if we started this challenge for ourselves now, which might be to think about what 4 questions you would want to present to those that are at your Seder table. God willing, everybody has somewhere to go for Pesach. What could be the discussion, as it were? What do we think perhaps we could talk about? Maybe it's, in what ways can we soften our hearts? In what ways have we come through Mitzrayim, the narrow places? Perhaps it's, do the things on the Seder plate still hold value, or are we open to keeping the tradition and adding things to our Seder plate this year and years to come? What if you could paint a picture of freedom, what would it look like for a discussion? So maybe this Shabbat into Pesach. So what do we have? 10-ish days. Not less than 10 days. We have 7, 8 days. What if we took time in the next 8 days to think about those questions? The conversation starters, but in the form of Monish Tana. questions. Why is it different? How can we make it different? Are there moments of comfort? Are there moments of uneasy feeling? It's your challenge. It's your Friday Shabbat challenge. And then perhaps maybe we could even share them as we come closer. Maybe by email, maybe in the chat, but it would be for a discussion. Perhaps that might be our Friday once more next week. Maybe we could make that our priority. That can be our discussion. In fact, I'm charging us with that. So on Friday, when you show up with what your questions might be, what they might look like for your Pesach experience. Even if you're alone or even if you're in community, what does it feel like? What is it that questions are ways of leaving narrowness and moving toward the expanse? Let's move that way together. Let's move that way towards freedom. Please, God, may it be the truth. We'll see you tonight at 6:30, everybody. Have a beautiful day, even though it's kind of drizzling. I don't know. All this rain for so many days is blah. But we're here. We're alive. And we're able in different ways. But we're here. Able to be together and to be present. To welcome Shabbat in just a handful of hours. Let's keep doing it together. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. And we look forward to seeing you, of course, tonight at 6:30. Have a great day, everybody. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Thanks for being with us together. Linda and Elisa, Bet, Suze, Sean, Vic, let's continue to be here for one another. Have a great day,